Hello everybody. Looks like the gauge says it's empty. Let's take a walk into the kitchen and see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. Today we got us another Russian River, so let's see what this one brings to the table as we worked our way up the ABV of the ones that Nick has sent me from Russian River. This is their Salvation, which is a says 9% here on them, with 9.5 on the bottle here. They've got 9% on both Rate Beer and Beer Advocate for this beer, but it's got 9.5 on this particular bottle. And this one was bottled on 10/10 of 2014. So right around 6, not quite 7 months, right at 7 months old. Between 6 and 7 months anyway, depending on when I get this review posted. I usually run about 4 to 10 days ahead of when I post the beers. So it may be July before you see this review. So commercial description on this one, I don't have the IBUs. Nobody seems to have the IBUs on these beers. I don't know what's up with that. Rate Beer or Beer Advocate, neither one have the IBUs on none of these Russian River beers. So must be a secret. I don't know. Commercial description says this Belgian style strong dark ale has a tawny brown color and aromas of banana and spice that dominate the initial bouquet of the beer. Lean malt flavors blend perfectly with fruit-driven characteristics created by the classic Belgian yeast, which fermented this ale. The alcohol content is deceptively smooth, just like its sister beer, Damnation, which is what we did yesterday. Brewed just once a year for a release in January. Well, this one says bottled on 10/10 of 2014, so I don't know if they released it. It was bottled in, and then they let it set fermenting in the bottle for another couple of months before they released it. So if that's the case, if it's released in January, this would be a January 2015 release, even though it was bottled on October the 10th of 2014. I'm not sure. I'm not in California or around Russian River where they do their beers, so I don't know. So just telling you what I'm reading here and what's written on the bottle. Food pairings for this beer, being a Belgian strong dark ale. It says here, cuisine is barbecue, cheese is a sharp blue cheddar, your more pungent cheeses. Meat is beef, grilled meat, glass-fired snifter tulip, goblet, chalice, oversized wine glass. Got my favorite glass here, the solid beer glass. And of course, being 9.5%, this is going to keep for quite a while, 10 years or more. Don't think there's anything else we need to talk about, so let's get the cage and the cork out of this one and see what this one brings to the table. And once again, I want to tell Nick, thanks a bunch for sending me these very pricey beers from Russian River. I know these weren't cheap. I have the most awesome subscribers that send me these awesome beers that aren't cheap. I mean, some of these guys spend upwards of $100 on beers and pay to ship them to me, so I am very appreciative. It's like Christmas when I get a beer mail package here, guys. So here we go. Let's hear the pop. Alrighty, big pop on this one, guys. Big pop. Into the glass. Since this is fermented in the bottle, it's going to have we got a nice head going here. Better slow down. It's going to probably have some sediment in the bottom of the bottle, so we're going to pour it fairly easy. I'm smelling the sweetness from here, guys. I am. There's a little bit down in there, but not a whole lot. I think most of it came out with the beer. Over to the light, it is a rich red ruby color. I'm not seeing a lot of carbonation in the big bold part of the glass, but down here in the thin part, it is going to town. Very heavily carbonated, and I am seeing some floaties or some chunkiness going on there. A little junk in the trunk, so not all of it stayed in the bottom of the bottle. We need to get some poured in here with this dark beer. Big 2-finger of head on that. Very creamy on top. Almost looks like a yogurt up on top, guys. And it's not real brown, but it is an off-white colored head. Looks very good in the glass. I am a big fan of some dark Belgian strong ales. That malt tends to give it a little bit more sweeter taste than the lighter Belgian strong ales. Usually not quite as dry as finish, and a little bit sweeterness on the front end. So let's see what this one brings to the table. Very sweet smelling. I'm getting some caramel and some toffee, maybe some candied sugars in there. Definitely got the Belgian yeast qualities going on there. I smell that. Maybe a slight hint of some banana and grapefruit. Smells very good. Very, very good. Wonderful smelling ale. Wonderful. And as you can see, it's got that little dome like we've had on the last one that we poured. Very carbonated beer. Very carbonated beer. And you get that a lot when you have the beers that are re-fermented in the bottle. I mean, you'll have that, either a big head or a lot of carbonation going on from the yeast working in the bottle. And these have been in the fridge ever since Nick sent them to me, so they've been in the fridge for several months. Wonderful smelling. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Nick. Thank you, brother. I do appreciate it, sir. Big caramel toffee notes. Definitely sweeter than the one we did yesterday, the Damnation. Nice malt backbone on this one. I think I am a bigger fan of the darker strong ales than the lighter strong ales. I like that caramel toffee roasted malt taste to these type of beers to go with that Belgian yeast. It's amazing to me where they can brew a 9.5, almost 10% beer, and be so well made that you don't get that boozy alcohol taste to it. That usually tells you when you pick up a 9 or 10% beer and it's not boozy at all. That usually tells you it's a pretty well made beer. Big caramel toffee candied sugar taste on this. Not overly sweet. I got enough hops in there to balance this out. Very, very tasty. Like I said, I think I'm a bigger fan of the darker strong ales than the lighter strong ales. I'm liking this one a little bit more than the Damnation. So I think it's a little more tastier, a little sweeter, a little more balanced than the lighter strong Belgian ales are. To me, anyway, just my opinion. I'm a fan for a dark beer, especially if it's a well-made dark beer. So, well, let me take it back, let her get a taste, and sip on it for a little bit, and maybe even maybe even smoke on a cigar while I'm doing this. Might fire up. See, what are we going to smoke today? Might fire up. I don't know what I'll fire up. I'll tell you when I come back. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Been sipping on this for a little while. Had me a nice Brick House Maduro cigar to go with this. Very tasty, guys. It's nice candied sugar, toffee, caramel, nice Belgian yeast qualities to this beer. Very tasty. Got a bug flying around in here. Very tasty. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I think I'm a fan of the darker strong ale Belgian ales than I am the lighter golden Belgian ales. I like that toasty, caramelly toffee taste that goes along with the darker malt they use to brew these beers. So very nice, very, very nice. I enjoyed this one. Probably the best one so far from them that we've done in this series this week. Very awesome beer. Let's do the final chug. It's got a wonderful Belgian aroma to this. Coffee, caramel, candied sugar, nice roasted, almost to the toast, burnt characteristics of the malt. Nice sweetness on the taste. Very easy drinking for almost a 10%, 9.5% beer. The alcohol is very well hidden. Very tasty beer, guys, as far as I'm concerned. I'm on the fence between a 9 and a 10. I could very easily give this a 10. I could very easily give it a 9. Definitely an A beer as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna go ahead and step up to the plate. I enjoyed this one thoroughly. It's got the ABV on it. It's got the bottle on date on the label. I'm gonna give it a 10. It's pretty damn tasty. It's almost to the awesome category there. I've had some dark Belgian ales that may be just a tad better than this, but not much. Not much at all. So this is very, very tasty. Nice qualities of this. Very well made. A nice suitable beer to cellar for a little while. Like I said, this one was done in October of 2014, and they're telling me here on the commercial description that they're released in January, so maybe they cellar them or let them ferment in a bottle for a couple of months before they release them. So this, I would consider this a fresh beer for this style of beer, being almost a 10%er in the Belgian dark strong ale. So this may mature a little bit in the bottle over time, over 3 to 5, maybe even a little longer in the cellar. So yeah, I think it's an awesome beer. I really, really do. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 10. It's got everything that we need. Not the IBUs. We don't have the IBUs listed. That must be a secret because Russian River don't have that on the label anywhere, and neither one of the sites here, Beer Advocate or Rate Beer, have IBUs for their beers. I don't know what's up with that, but very tasty. It's not that critical on this style of beer that we have the IBUs, but I would like to know that just for shits and grins, guys. Just to know what the IBUs are on this beer. And if I was taking a wild guess, I would probably say it's around 50 on this one. It's not really, really bitter. It's got a nice sweetness to it. Very, very enjoyable. Very nice beer to finish up the evening with. So this is the final beer of the evening for me. And I usually work my way up from a lower ABV up to a little bit stronger ABV, and usually finish up with a stout or a porter or something bourbon barrel aged, but not tonight. We're going to try to get through these Russian River beers that Nick sent me a couple of months ago, and I know he's anxious to see what I think about the beers that he sent me, and these are not cheap beers, especially when you get the cork and cage version of these type beers. So Nick, thanks again, brother, for sending me all those Russian River beers. I know that was a pricey package to send me, and I do appreciate it, sir. I really, really do. Can't get their beers here on the East Coast, not in my neck of the woods. They may be available in Northern Virginia, but not here in Southwest Virginia. So I enjoyed it. Very nice. Very, very nice. Definitely a beer worth trying if you can get your hands on it. So we'll go over to Beer Advocate. They say 91 in the outstanding range. It is an outstanding beer. Very, very tasty. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 99 overall and 99 in the style. So I don't feel ashamed or embarrassed or anything like that when I give it a 10, the 100 in my scale. It's very, very nice. I could have given it a 9, but why? It's very, very tasty. There's no reason for me not to give it the 10. It's a very awesome beer, very well made beer. So very tasty. I enjoyed it. So Nick, thanks again, brother. If you've had this one from them, this is their Russian River Salvation, which is their Belgian strong dark ale. Let me know what you think, guys, and come on back tomorrow. We're going to try to finish up the Russian River beers that he sent me. There's 1 or 2 left in the fridge in there. We're going to get to them and see what we end up with. And I think both of those are either wild or sour ales. So It's liable to blow my silly little palate out of my mouth. So come on back tomorrow and we'll see my old wrinkled up face pucker up with one of these beers. So I'll see you then.